caught by the cops, arrested, and thrown into a maximum security prison. Now I have 100 days to deal with corrupt guards, a cruel and evil warden, and scientists performing secret experiments. On day 1, I was lined up with the other prisoners.
Look here, scum. I'm Warden Flack. You may be the worst of the worst, but this is my prison. My prison, my rules.
I got no time for rules.
First rule, no talking back. Hunter, teach that one a lesson.
Yes, sir, boss. Talk about abuse of power.
Let that be a lesson to you all. Get these prisoners into their cells.
Oh, with pleasure, boss. You heard the warden. Get into those cells, but please, someone annoy me so I can teach another lesson.
So, you're the new fish, eh? Name's Duncan. What's yours?
I'm Bumpy. Nice to meet you, Duncan.
Bumpy, eh? Well, since my old cellmate got taken, looks like you're gonna have to take his place.
Take his place for what?
We're breaking out of here, Bumpy.
Wait, seriously? I've only been here 1 day.
There's something shady going on at this prison. We can't wait around to get taken too. I've been digging a tunnel behind the toilet. It's nearly done. Wait, hear that? The guard's coming. Act natural.
I quickly hopped on the bunk and pretended to be sleeping. And then I heard the guard stop right in front of our cell.
This is the one. Wait, hold up. There was only supposed to be one inmate here. All right, we'll take the old guy. That's probably who they want anyways.
The guards entered the cell and grabbed Duncan.
Can't you guys wait until morning to beat me up?
Hey, where are you guys taking him?
Shut your trap, or you'll find out.
Why were the guards dragging Duncan off so late at night? What was going on? When I awoke, it must have been a few hours because the sun was starting to rise. And then I saw the guards returning with Duncan. Only he had this really vacant look in his eyes. Hey, you all right, buddy?
Huh? What?
He looked really out of it. What the heck did those guards do to him? Are we still on for the breakout? You were about to tell me your plan.
Break out.
Yeah, you know, the whole escaping the prison thing.
I don't remember.
Whatever they had done, Duncan had forgotten all about the plan. This wasn't good at all. I needed time to think. On day 2, I tried getting through to Duncan to find out more about his plan, but it was no use. It was like he wasn't even in his own head anymore.
What? Huh?
I couldn't stick around waiting any longer. Duncan had said he was digging a tunnel behind the toilet. I went to check, and there it was. All right, wait here, Duncan. I'm gonna go figure this out. I climbed down behind the toilet. I started following the vents, trying to see where they led. Then I heard a scrabbling, squeaking sound, and a big white rat appeared ahead of me. It looked just like the ones you'd see in science experiments. Hey there, little guy. I guess it didn't want to be friends, but maybe it was trying to lead me out. Worth a try. I started following the sound of its squeaks. It seemed to be leading me down, though. How deep did this go? I crawled over to a nearby grate to take a look. As I looked through the grate, there was a weird room, and on the floor was some kind of slug? What the heck was that thing? There was Warden Flack, and he was talking to some kind of creepy-looking scientist.
Look, Director White, we can't just keep grabbing them willy-nilly. Someone will notice.
That is not my concern, Mr. Flack. You have your instructions, as I have mine.
What the heck were they talking about? What was going on here? I wanted to know more, but suddenly I had the horrible urge to sneeze. That was a close one.
What was that sound? I think it came from the vents.
Uh-oh, they're on to me. Time to skedaddle.
Must have been the rats.
Whatever was going on here might be tied to Duncan. I had to find out more. On day 3, I decided it was best to lay low and act normal. In the morning, we got porridge for breakfast, and then they made us work in the workshop for hours before they finally let us down in the yard where that big guy from the other day was staring me down. And after that, they finally let us take a shower to wash away all the grime. A nice warm shower really hits the spot.
Hey, new guy. That's my shower stall.
Oh, really? Because I didn't see your name on it.
That's because it's written on my fist.
Suddenly, that big guy was throwing punches. Oof! Hey, You just sucker punched me.
And here's another.
Axel came back at me and he was too big to fight off. I tried to give back as good as I got, but it was too much. And before I knew it, I was laying on the ground with my head spinning.
That'll teach you to mess with Axel, king of the prison.
Before I could think of a witty one-liner as a comeback, I felt really woozy and blacked right out. On day 4, I woke up with a pounding headache, and I wasn't in my cell. Where am I?
Oh, good, you're awake. This is the nurse's office. I'm Nurse Kelly, and you must be bumpy. Is that right?
Wow, Nurse Kelly sure was pretty. Yeah, that's right. I'm bumpy. Yep.
You must have had a nasty slip in the shower. Got a good bump on your noggin. Get it? A bump? Because you're bumpy.
Wow, good one. Wait, I didn't slip.
You what?
Actually, never mind. I did slip. I didn't want to spill the beans on Axel. I wanted to deal with him myself.
In any case, you'll need a few days rest before we get you back to your cell. Get comfy while you can.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, nurse.
Oh, just call me Kelly.
After a few days recovering in the nurse's office, I was finally brought back to my cell.
Try to avoid any more falls. They can get pretty deadly around here.
As much as I wanted to say something snarky in return, I knew that was a bad idea. Hey, Duncan, feeling any better?
What?
Looks like Duncan was still out of it, but at least now I can continue our escape plan. On days 9 through 15, I continued my exploration of the vents, trying to find a way out. Only, it wasn't that easy. There wasn't just a sign saying, "Prisoners, go this way to escape." It really was like a maze in here. I did hear some interesting conversations, though.
Some of the prisoners are getting uppity, boss. Whispering about inmates going missing.
And just tell them they're getting released early.
What about the ones they send back?
We're not paying you extra to whine. Keep them in line, that's your job. Unless you can no longer do it.
No, I'm good, boss.
Then get back to work.
There was some really shady stuff going on at this prison. But what were they up to? On day 16, I was working in the kitchens, just minding my own business, when Axel came stomping over towards me.
Hey, new guy.
Seriously, what is your problem with me? I didn't even do anything to you.
You've got an annoying face.
I'll take that over the ugly mug you've got. Okay, so maybe sometimes my one-liners could get me into a bit of trouble.
What did you say to me?
I said, lunch is served. Ugh! I unleashed my hardest punch on Axel, but it was like punching wood. This guy was built like a tree.
That was a big mistake.
Next time, I'd just keep my mouth shut. On day 17, I woke up in the nurse's office with another pounding headache. Kelly was there, but I could hear Hunter as well. I pretended to be asleep to listen in.
Well, maybe if you did your job a bit better, this wouldn't be a problem.
They're prisoners, scum, degenerates. They'll just do what they do.
If this keeps up, I'm gonna have to inform him.
Whatever. I've got things to do.
Sounds like Hunter was getting on everyone's bad side. Not sad about that.
Bumpy, are you awake? We need to return you to your cell soon.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Just woke up. Was that Hunter?
Yes, he makes my job a lot harder than it needs to be.
Hey, Kelly, have you heard about anything strange going on at the prison?
Strange? What do you mean?
Prisoners disappearing or coming back changed?
No, I haven't heard anything like that. Perhaps they're just getting early parole.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Anyways, I wouldn't talk about stuff like that. Warden Flack takes security very seriously. Come on, let's get you up.
Something was telling me Kelly wasn't giving the whole truth. Was she scared? I didn't want to get her in trouble, but I had to find out more. But first, I had work to do. After my last encounter with Axel, I knew I wasn't going to be able to escape the prison if I couldn't protect myself. So, I decided it was time to get swole. You got this, Bumpy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 99, 100. Stage 1 of my plan was in progress. Next time Axel tried to mess with me, he'd be sorry. Days 25 to 31 were stage 2 of my plan. Even though Duncan had shown me the way into the vents, I still needed to find a way to escape. For that, I needed supplies. Luckily, there was a lot of useful things around the prison. The only problem was, if the guards caught you, you'd be in deep trouble. So I had to be extra careful. No way was I going to give any extra reason for Hunter to turn me into a punching bag. On days 32 through 36, I decided it was time to leave the vents and start looking for an exit. I dropped down from the vents into what looked like some sort of storage area. Seemed like a pretty good place to start looking around from. I started to move off, but that's when I heard voices coming from down the hall.
Don't worry. If you assist us with this project, you'll have months taken off your sentence.
It was that weird scientist guy, and he was with one of the prisoners. Wait, that was Duncan!
We do thank you for your cooperation.
Huh? Oh, yes. Happy to help.
As much as I wanted to jump out there and stop whatever they were doing, I knew I couldn't blow my cover. If I wanted to help Duncan and eventually escape, I needed to be smart. I just hoped my friend would be all right. On day 37, after spending the night sneaking around the prison, I woke up to the sound of Hunter coming up to my cell. And he had a prisoner behind him. Only, it wasn't Duncan.
Get up, prisoner. Say hello to your new cellmate.
Wait, what?
I'm sure you two will be best friends.
Things were going from bad to worse. Surely this was a joke.
This is my cell now, and you're just a visitor. You understand that?
As much as I wanted to talk back, I was too busy thinking. How was I going to escape now? And more importantly, what happened to Duncan? I spent the next week building up my muscle in the yard while I tried to figure out a way to deal with Axel. But it looked like I was going to have to do that sooner rather than later. Hey, Axel, what's up?
That's my bench. You didn't ask to use it.
That's funny, because I've actually decided that it's my bench now.
Oh, you're asking for it.
I squared off with Axel, ready to fight. My opponent was still bigger and stronger than I was, but I had a speed advantage. Still, I was managing to hold my own, and that was a big improvement over last time.
Quit being such an annoying little twerp.
Stop being such a big jerk!
That's it. Break it up.
From across the yard, the guards came in to break up the fight.
Next one to throw a punch is gonna take one, too.
Maybe. You're tougher than you look, new guy.
Tough enough.
Both of you, you're going to the dungeon.
Wait, what was the dungeon? So it turned out that the dungeon was just what they called solitary confinement here. And I was sentenced to 2 weeks. At first, I was just bored, but at least I had enough time to think about my plan for once I got out. After a while, though, the dark and silence started to get to me. I started seeing and hearing things that weren't really there. Or was this prison just haunted? I thought I even saw Duncan at one point. Did that mean he was a ghost? Whatever it was, I couldn't wait to get out of this place. How much longer did I need to be here? I couldn't even remember anymore. On day 62? I wasn't really sure anymore. The guards came and returned me to my cell. It almost didn't feel real. It felt like I had been in solitary confinement for forever. But in any case, I was really glad to be out, even if I was returning to that cell I shared with Axel.
So, you made it out, did you?
Told you. I'm tough enough.
Maybe. This is still my cell, though. I'm the king of this prison. And don't forget it.
For some reason, that actually sounded like grudging respect. And I guess that was one perk of all this, at least. On days 63 through 65, I was on kitchen duty with Axel when Hunter came over and started giving my cellmates some grief.
I thought we had a deal, prisoner.
Yeah, we did. And now the deal has changed.
Not wise. Not wise at all.
Next thing I knew, Hunter hit Axel right in the head with his club. Hey, back off him!
Step away, or you're next.
Try me!
Are you little?
What's going on in here?
It was the warden!
Just teaching these inmates a little lesson, boss.
We've got complaints about the test subject. Yeah. Oh, the inmates being in bad condition. Well, that's enough for now.
Yes, boss. You got lucky this time. You won't be the next.
Wow, never thought I'd be grateful to Flack. I was glad I avoided another beating, though. On day 66, after Axel got back from Nurse Kelly, I decided I had to do something risky. Hey, Axel, How badly do you want to get out of this place?
What are you talking about, new guy?
I'm talking about a way out. Escaping. And my name's Bumpy, not new guy.
Big dreams. But this is a maximum security prison. Nobody escapes.
Oh? Then how do you explain the secret tunnel behind the toilet?
Well, maybe you're not full of it after all. I'm in. But once we escape, you're on your own. Got that, Bumpy?
Wouldn't have it any other way. On the night of day 67, I led Axel through the vents, but we weren't going towards where I thought we'd find an exit. Before we go, I need your help with something.
Are you trying to change the deal on me?
Shh! The deal's the same, but I need to help find my friend. They took him to some kind of lab. We break in, get Duncan, and then we all escape together.
Always knew there was something shady going on here. Fine, but let's make this quick.
I led us to a nearby grate, near where I discovered the secret lab. Looks like there are a few of them around. We'll need to be careful. Follow me. We dropped down into one of the empty rooms. Looks like the coast was clear for now. All right, let's find Duncan, quick. Then we get out of this place for good.
You better know what you're doing.
I always know what I'm doing. We snuck into the lab as quietly as we could. It was empty. No scientists, no prisoners. But there was a big test tube looking thing with some kind of creature inside.
What is that thing?
I don't know, and I'm not sure I want to.
Hey, there's some prisoner uniforms in here.
I hurried over to look. Digging through the clothes, I saw one uniform with a familiar name tag. It was Duncan's. Wait, you don't think that thing could be Duncan?
I don't know. Wait, I think someone's coming. Hide!
As fast as I could, I dove behind the nearest cover.
So far, the experiments are progressing as expected.
Excellent news, Director. Your research is truly inspiring.
Nurse Kelly? She was in on it too?
It's too bad that last subject didn't make it. He was an excellent specimen.
Wait, were they talking about Duncan?
Don't worry, Director. I have a good idea of who might be our next subject.
This is crazy!
You heard them. Your friend is gone. Now it's time for us to get out of here.
As much as it hurt to admit, Axel was right. The best thing I could do now was tell the world what was going on here. All right, let's go.
I'll give you a boost, then you pull me up.
Thanks. With Axel's help, I climbed back into the vent. I was just about to pull him up when the door opened.
Well, what do we have here? Prison break, is it?
Just taking a little walk, Hunter.
Guess we've got our next volunteer for the director's experiments.
I wanted to jump down to help, but I saw Axel shake his head at me. He knew I'd just be caught too, but I couldn't just leave and escape on my own, not knowing what they did to the people here. I returned to my cell that next morning and quickly hid the passage into the vents. It was a good thing too, because first thing in the morning, the guards came in to search my cell.
So you say your cellmate never came back at night. Why didn't you alert the guards?
I figured he was just being taken away for parole, like my last cellmate, remember?
I don't need your attitude, prisoner.
I'm so sorry.
You're lucky we didn't find anything in here. I'm going to be watching you, scum.
That was close, too close. I didn't have much time. If I wanted to save Axel from the same fate as Duncan, I needed to move quickly. I spent the next few days coming up with a new plan. One where I could save not just Axel, but all the other prisoners and make sure the whole world knew what was going on in here. And in order to do that, I needed keys.
And so I said, well, what do we have here? A prison break, is it?
Yoink! Step 1 of Operation Smash complete. On day 80, I was collecting some of the things I needed when Hunter cornered me. Oh, hey Hunter, what's up?
Caught you somewhere you shouldn't be, have I? Knew I needed to keep an eye on you.
Oh, what? No, I was just getting some more cleaning supplies for the kitchen.
Sure you were. And I'm definitely not about to beat you up.
Oh, good, because that would really suck. Ow. I woke up in the nurse's office again after who knows how long. Nurse Kelly was there, and I had to try my best to keep a straight face. She was one of the ones who was behind all of this.
Oh, Bumpy, you're awake. How are you feeling?
I'm fine.
That was a pretty nasty fall you took. You had a concussion.
Right. My fall.
Well, don't worry. We'll fix you right up. You come here so often, I'm starting to think you must like me.
What I wanted to say was, I'm going to stop you and everyone else behind this evil prison. But what I really said was, Thanks, Kelly. You're the best. On day 86, they brought me back to my cell, battered, bruised, and broken, but more determined than ever to end this place once and for all.
Consider yourself lucky, inmate. If it wasn't for the boss's orders, you wouldn't be coming back to a cell at all.
For the first time in my life, I held back my snarky comment. Let them think they won, that I was weak. Soon I'd show them that I was tougher than any of them. On days 87 to 93, I spent most of my time sneaking through the vents. When I came across a conversation between Director White and Nurse Kelly, eavesdropping seemed justified.
The latest subject should be ready within the week. Hopefully this one will do better than the last.
Latest subject? Wait, that must be Axel! That meant I only had a week left to save him!
If he doesn't, I have the perfect prospect for our next candidate.
Oh, who is it?
A prisoner named Bumpy. I think he would be well suited towards the transformation.
Bumpy? But that's me!
Good. Arrange it with Flack. If this current one doesn't work out, we'll need a replacement.
Looks like I had more reason than ever to bring this place down. On days 94 to 98, it was time to put my plan into motion. There was no way I could break out of this prison, infiltrate the lab, rescue Axel, and escape all on my own. I'd been spreading rumors of the secret experiments for weeks. The prisoners were angry, scared, but mostly angry, which was exactly how I needed them. On day 99, it was time. While we were sitting in the cafeteria waiting for breakfast, I gave the signal. The guards are sus.
Sit back down, prisoner.
The prisoner wound up and smacked the guard good.
Hey, get him!
Let's do this, everyone! With that, all the prisoners charged in at the guards. They weren't expecting it, and with all the weapons I had smuggled away, we had the advantage.
You started this.
This place is going down, Hunter, and I'm about to kick your butt.
We'll see about that.
Hunter came charging right at me with his club, but with all my training in the yard, I was able to fend him off.
Oh, you're gonna pay, scum.
I managed to deflect his next blow, and then wound up and hit him with all the power I could muster. And that'll teach you to mess with the Bumpy. I rushed out of the cafeteria, and the whole prison was rioting. It was working. Even Warden Flack was getting his comeuppance.
Get back in your cells, you miscreants!
Sorry, Flack, but this is our prison now.
No! Stay away!
Now that we had control of the prison, it was time to break into the research lab, find Axel, and put an end to their evil experiments. On day 100, with the prison in the hands of my fellow inmates, everyone looked to be in a panic, so I managed to get the drop on them pretty easily. All right, now where do I go from here?
Bumpy, what are you doing here?
I know about the experiments, Kelly. Where are Axel and Director White?
Director White is leading us to a new age. You can't stop his work.
You're all monsters, and I'm going to stop you no matter what. Now tell me where they are.
They're in the lab.
Go, get out of here. But I hope you're ashamed of what you did. I hurried into the lab, and there I saw Director White in front of the big test tube thing. And Axel was inside. I'm here to stop you, Director.
No! Don't you see? Once he is transformed, he'll be so much more than he is.
It's too late. Time to burn this place down. Took a big swing and smashed the test tube open and pulled Axel free.
Bumpy, you came back for me?
Yeah, we're getting out of this messed up prison. Come on.
I was going to create something wonderful.